Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Point Leader 75. And this time it's gonna be with Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC, which was released April 14th. And of course, I just had to throw this at my new computer, or monster build of a computer, to see what it looks like when you actually play it in full settings. However, I am supposed to have a three-way SLI Titan X, but for some reason there seems to be an issue with card number 3, so I probably gonna have to see if I can sort it out with the warranty or something, which shouldn't be any problem, because I just basically tried everything that you could do and swap it, the card between the PCI Express slots, and even tried the card by itself, and I just got no picture at all. So there's got to be something to it, but that's just basically the one and only thing that didn't work as predicted. So anyway, looking at what I got for this video in terms of graphics, I got pretty much everything on. I use, however, 1080p because most people are playing in 1080p, and yeah, you've probably seen a bunch of other videos out there on YouTube where people show off 2K and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, this time the frame rate is gonna be locked at 60 frames per second. When I don't lock the frame rate, it usually lands around 150, somewhere there, when I play with these exact settings. So as you can see, I have pretty much everything on. You basically can't put anything higher. So and you also see how much of RAM the computer use of the 24 gigabyte of video memory that I have, meaning that each card has 12 gigabyte, but you probably already know that if you have checked out the Titan X. Alright, moving on to the game. What are my first impressions? Because let's just face it, I haven't actually been playing the game at all on any of the consoles, let alone do I own any of the new one, the Xbox One or the PS4, and so I haven't really gotten an idea how the game was before, other than from what I've heard from other people. And to be honest, I haven't actually been watching too much either in terms of how people do, or what they play, or what the world looks like. I kind of wanted to save that for my own personal preference, impression, sort of. So yeah, this is Trevor. You all know Trevor, probably. This nice lunatic of a fellow. But yeah, as you can see, everything is on the very highest settings here, and it runs silk smooth at 60 frames per second locked. Otherwise, like I said, it usually ends about 150 to 200 frames per second on two-way SLI. I haven't really yet been able to, like I said, get the third card to work properly. For some reason, it just wouldn't want to work. And to be honest, I mean, even one Titan X card is pretty much an overkill for this game. But then again, this computer is also going to be used for work, so, and I mean, it doesn't hurt that you can play games on it. Whoop. Yeah, I'm gonna die from this. I'm not sure I can. Oh, I'm gonna die. So yeah, I'm gonna do this live comment, you know, and whatever happens when I play it happens. It's just me goofing around, basically. But it's not gonna be a guide or anything like that in how to play Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just gonna be a little bit so that you guys can see what it is on the PC and what it looks like when everything is running flawlessly fluent with 60 frames or more per seconds. And what else? Well, I thought about mentioning a couple of other things in regards to my YouTube channel, because of course the ultimate goal would be to be able to pump out a video per day, but as you all know, it takes a lot of work and planning to be able to do that. And so my idea is to actually ask you guys, what do you want to see in terms of choice of games, and what kind of, I mean, I can even do small tutorials how to do small stuff in 3D Studio, whatnot, even in some music softwares that I use when I compose my own music, or even do some tutorials maybe in from Photoshop or whatever. And yeah, the sky is the limit, or there's basically no limit anymore, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's my thinking about this channel, to try to evolve and become a more frequent producer. Excuse me for stumbling a little bit on the words here. But yeah, like you can see here, it's a beautiful night and everything is, yeah, I should probably get a car somewhere. But yeah, y'all probably also know that GTA is nowadays in first person, but having played GTA from the get-go, sort of, so you want to still be able to glance over the character that you play, you know, so that you can see
so fake, man.
the choice of clothes and stuff like that. So anyway, so yeah, and again, I need to practice a lot more with when it comes to commentary live. So I am playing and doing comments while I play, so it is hard, trust me. I mean, it's easy to get stuck on something or starting to mumble, but I'm gonna give my best not to do that, and hopefully I'll improve in time, so just bear with me. Yeah, it's a busy night. Seems to be downtown in something. Yeah, is that the Hollywood sign or the equivalent to it? I don't know. But let's just be a little Grand Theft Auto-ish here. Let's just snag us a car, or snatch us a car. Something, a Audi R8 lookalike car. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the radio there. Don't want to get any problem here with publishing rights or whatnot, but so I'm gonna keep the music out of my videos, unless it's my own music, of course. And then again, to mention that I do have a own page on iTunes where I sell my albums. All those links are up actually in the description or in the links section on my first page for my YouTube channel. So should you be interested to check them out, please do so. And like in every case, you know, I mean, nothing is for free, so, and especially when it comes to obtaining all these expensive hardware, and not that I need the money, but any help is always appreciated. And there are some instructions in my info for that as well, or some links to my PayPal account. Just make sure you, should you want to support me in any way, make sure you at least tell me who you are, so that I can thank you later in one way or another. But like I said, I'm not really in desperate need of any money, but it's always open for support, of course. So, yeah, you all know that we now can enjoy Grand Theft Auto even in first-person mode. And to be honest, this is pretty much like playing the crew. Oops, that was not intended. So this would be a Hollywood thing, I think. Oops, I'm gonna park the car here. That's just the way of a perfect parking. Anyways, whoop.
I ain't got time for bullshit.
Yeah. And here's the Countach, or maybe the Lamborghini or something. Countach, Murcielago, Diablo. What kind of hybrid? Oh, here's the car that I want. There we go. It's the Rolls-Royce Phantom, or whatever it's called. Oh.
Unbelievable!
I'm gonna let it die out before I enter that car. That's like begging for trouble. Alright. Should be cool now. Alright, I'm gonna go and see if I can pimp this right up for the fun of this video. Assuming that you can do that. Or assuming that I have the cash to do so. I mean, probably not being too cheap doing that. But regardless, I'm gonna try and see if I can tune the car. And in fact, I'm gonna go, as you can see, it's not like in the previous versions of GTA. For those guys who haven't played GTA or just seen it before, especially for this version, because in former versions you had blockades of police blockades with to areas that you didn't have access to in the beginning of the game, because obviously you'd had to unlock the areas where you wanted to go and stuff like that. It's not like that anymore. It's more like it's been unknown. As you can see, you have some small hints here telling you that, oh, there's a gun dealer and whatnot, you know. So this is how it works now, and you do have access to all the parts. You just need to go there and have the terrain revealed on the map, sort of. So we're gonna go to a car dealer or a car tuner, which is also acting as a repair facility. I'm gonna see if I can find something here. Let's just go there so that we can unlock it. We're gonna bring our Phantom, and you're gonna see, oh, it's not a Phantom, and by that I'm referring to a Rolls-Royce Phantom. But then again, all the cars here are fictional cars, but they do have some resemblance to the reality or the real car. Yeah, hang on. There you go. Turning off the radio there. And let's see what the car looks like from the inside. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not the very... it's not the most detailed car though, but I mean it's good enough for being a game of this genre. So we're not gonna take any routes here by any legal aspects, sort of, you know. We're gonna run red lights and whatnot. We're gonna try not to ram cars, because I don't know how it works really, but I mean in former Grand Theft Auto versions you would get your car repaired eventually if you were to save it in the pocket or in the area, designated area where you save your cars by the safe house. But in this one I'm not so sure really. Maybe you guys can let me know more about that. But in this version you actually have to pay for the consequences, sort of. Say if you do trash or crash your car, it's gonna have to be something you need to pay for. If should you want to keep the car, that is. You can always get a new car, of course. I'm gonna stick with the inside anyway. It's so much easier to have a real world reference to as to the margins of the car, how much space you got, especially if you drive car in real life. So yeah, except from that, excuse me, not English is certainly not my first language or native language, so to speak. It's gonna be sometimes a little bit confusing and mumbling, of course, when I stumble across some words and try to find the right word for whatever I need to say. Then again, I'm playing the game at the same time as well, and some of these videos will tend to become a little longer than I intended them to be, but I will try to stick to whatever I intended to show you guys, at least, or having, or say whatever needed to be said. Apart from that, another topic here, which of course falls back to the new computer that I built. I do still have my iMac i7. It's a powerful machine still. It's a 2600 Ivy Bridge processor in the iMac, and so still have some punches left. And the only reason really is why I went for this one in terms of building a new computer altogether, when I really, for gaming at least, wouldn't need it, was that I wanted a more customizable computer rig, more so for some future reviews, perhaps, in regards of perhaps peripherals, such as graphic cards and other stuff, and also the expansions, the amount of hard drives that I could put inside of the chassis instead of having 20 USB 2.0 hard drive outside of the chassis, which is almost the case with the iMac that I have. So the reason again is also because of work-related issues, because Nvidia card, however I do, or up till date, I have preferred AMD. I kind of like both of them because they bring good stuff from both worlds in a way, each, and it's more like what do you need instead of which one is better. And I mean, people tend to get stuck on the fact that trying to compare cards against each other, saying that card is better than this one, and it's not entirely true. Yeah, in some aspects it is, but in my case, when I'm working in 3D Studio, for example, and use a algorithm called iRay for rendering photorealistic images, it only supports NVIDIA CUDA engines, or CUDA cores, which is also part why I got the Titan X, because the Titan X has a bunch of CUDA cores. It's not so much the graphic memory, that's always comes in handy as well, but it's the CUDA cores that's important here. And that's also something that tends to be forgotten, that the Titan X, yeah, although they might be good for gaming, but it's not gonna justify the cost for it, because for gaming I would say that if you want a top-end video card that could reach 60 frames or more, you need you would only need the 980, the GTX 980. That would be more than sufficient, and probably that and some. But if you're gonna do something more than just gaming, then yeah, the Titan X is the only way to go, I think. Because yeah, you could go with a quadro card, but for a quadro card you would need to pay about $5,000 US to get just one card, and then still you would just have a third of the amount of CUDA cores that I have now with that I will have with a 3-way Titan X configuration. I still got more CUDA cores with 2-way SLI that I run at the moment, than just one single card for 5,000 US dollars, and I would only have paid in this case about 3,000 US dollars instead of 5,000 for just one card. So you kind of get the idea, and plus the quadro card isn't really that optimized for gaming either. So this way it's more like you get the best of two worlds. So that's in my case it kind of justifies it in a completely different way. So we arrived to the car tuner. We're gonna pull in here.
Here for the magic touch.
See what we can do with the car. Oh yeah, also to mention that I use Xbox controller when I drive cars because I want to have what do you call it? You know, progressive throttle and brake and stuff like that. You know, so that when you use the keyboard, you always get full input. So that's the reason. Plus, the game also, of course, is a console game from the beginning, so it has native support for the console controllers. Alright, so let's see what we can do with this car. I seem to have quite a lot of money. I'm gonna go with a full set here. Oh. The game has actually been a little bit unstable, and I'm not sure whether it has to do with the computer. I'm gonna go with something that fits for this car. I don't know, it's kind of funny though. Alright, I'm gonna go with full. Yeah, I gotta fix it. There you go. Some neon, nice neon signs or neon lit undercarriage. Alright, we're gonna pick the color. I'm gonna pick the completely different car, or paint job for the car. So I'm gonna go with black lights. Alright, and then I'm gonna go with plates, of course. Yeah, let's just go with some bad boyish look. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna change color. I'm gonna use something that's gonna be like, I don't know, ice white maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's just not gonna be all that, you know. It's just gonna be a little tuned. You don't wanna. The idea here is not to be too obvious in terms of appearance anyway. And put in some turbo there. That never hurts. The wheels, of course, they are important. Wheel types, I'm gonna go with I'm looking for something like this SUV because those rims are a little bigger. And that's about as far as I can go. The rest is locked still. Probably gonna have to visit some more of these car tuners. Yeah, I'm gonna go with something like no, I can't choose that. Oh crap. When I finally find something, I can't choose it. Always the same story. It's just gonna be temporary. Or maybe I go with a vintage. Or high end. Yeah, I'm gonna go with high end. See how far I can go with that. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice GT Chrome. Oh, I can't afford it. Yeah, that's how it goes, you know. You pick. Oh crap! Well, I put in the stuff that it's just gonna be for the sake of the video. Yeah, rob some more people. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. It has some of the nice features that you found in early version of, let's say, yeah, GTA, but even in Saints Row. That was one reason why I actually played Saints Row, because it did have some of these features that wasn't at the present time there in GTA. So anyway, I'm gonna bring the car back home to his home, and I'm gonna wrap up the video in the meanwhile somehow. Alright. So yeah, it's gonna be fairly long. It's just that I wanted you guys to get the feel of what's about to come up next. And yeah, you can also, if you have any comments or ideas about in regards of what length you want from the videos, should I shorten them, should I keep them long, and you know, I mean, in some cases, like for me, I can sometimes sit and watch a half an hour or even an hour long YouTube video while I eat something. So it doesn't necessarily have to be long, but I mean, it's kind of nice when you sit there and eat whatever you do, dinner, breakfast, whatever. So, but yeah, I'm gonna not determined by now saying that okay, all my videos are gonna be this and that long, you know, and it depends on what kind of game it is, whatever I have to say, and whatever happens in the game as well. But now you have, so in this game you got to see sunset, evening, and the entire evening with sunset, all the colors of the sky, on the sky, or in the sky. Nighttime, you get to see, now it's morning, I assume, so yeah. And sorry, I had to sneeze a little bit there. Oh, it's those kind of days, you know, I'm a little bit stuffed up in the nose. And you can probably hear that I have a little hard time breathing through the nose, but maybe it's an improvement. I don't know, sometimes it is. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up as we approach this guy's home, so that we can save this car. And also to mention that if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I will have a bunch of more games, and eventually there will be a game, one game upload each day, perhaps more. And they are all going to be in 60 frames per second and 1080p at least. I'm going to see if I can upload even higher resolutions, such as 2K, and I'm going to have to look into that. Shouldn't be any problem with this new multi-build. I'm going to put everything in terms of computer specs in the description down below, and if you leave comments and comment each other, be nice. It's a world we all share, and we gotta be nice to each other. So until next time, I'll take care of you guys, and I'll be seeing you shortly, hopefully. And yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It would help me a lot. I am trying to grow this channel, so again, until next time, guys, see you in the next one.